Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series. We're still in Division A. It's Oops All Division A today, as we are into a new best of three. On the left-hand side, we've got 2+2 with Tempest on the Anduin, Accent on the Sergeant Hammer, Death Knight on the Chromie, Chromage to play the Joanna, and McNulty on the Urel. To the right-hand side of the map, we're going to see Boogans Forever, Call on the Varian, Thunder on the Lucio, Isaac on the Blaze, Miller, it's Miller time on the Vala, it's actually Miller Coffee, and non-champion to play the Li Ming. Let's go ahead and get our prediction going here for all of you at home. The Vala will be going into Puncturing Arrow. Thank you, Ash Mantle, as always. Let's go, Boogs. Sorry, I don't know. It's just... Alrighty, let's see. Deep Breathing for Chromie, Lion's Maw for the Varian, and as I mentioned, this is the gamble right here, the Puncturing Arrow for Vala. Will she have 40 or more, 39 or less? We already have some decent gambles on this one. As a reminder, if you do know the results, if maybe you're a player and you, or maybe you're Miller Coffee watching, you are welcome to gamble. Just please don't try and tease the results in chat. Don't try and be tongue-in-cheek about it. Just win yourself some free channel points knowing the results. That is what I will say. Don't ruin it for the rest of us. Baron's about to get abused. You never know that. He could be like the most S++ tier variant in the world. You don't know that. Varian jumps out really quickly, says hello to Tempest. The Anduin just continues to apply some healing, throws down the Lightwell as well, right next to the Sergeant Hammer. And the artillery is just non-stop from the members of 2+2. Between the Chromie and the Sergeant Hammer, it's raining shells and sand. If John Cusack played Vala, he'd be John Custacks. Thank you very much for that, King Andrew. That was very good. Oh! Sorry, the Arcane Orb almost touching the tail of Sergeant Hammer there. I guess you could say maybe touching the treads. Oh, back over in the top lane, we're going to take a look back over here at Urel and Blaze. The camp was grabbed earlier, and Urel's going to get chunked a little bit in the lane. Going to use the Righteous Hammer to kind of bop back the wave, but McNulty getting a little bit low off those minions. Going to try and heal up a bit. Did go into Light of Karabor level 1, so no Dauntless. As the camp in bottom lane will be grabbed. Chromage in the anchor position. You know what's funny? I was thinking about Heroes of the Storm when I woke up today. And you know, so they're spider mines, but my brain always thinks of them as widow mines, and then my brain was like, I wonder if there was ever an iteration of Sergeant Hammer where the widow mines were, where the spider mines were like widow mines, but from like StarCraft 2, where like they go under the ground and when the enemy gets near, they proxy and they shoot a rocket. This is what I think about in my free time when I'm not streaming, is Heroes of the Storm. There's a little insight into because I was like, man, that'd be busted as hell. All right. Objective phase, first half is going to be raced down by the members of Boogans Forever. Urel still clearing things out on top, gets rid of the Fallen Shaman. Blaze working on bottom lane. Fort Front Gate did take a whole lot of damage from that early game artillery. Now the race is being had by Chromie and friends on the left-hand side. The zoning from McNulty and the rest is pretty good here. Varian comes in with the charge and the taunt. Leap of Faith forced out. Non-champion trying to poke over the right side wall here. The race is getting a little bit close, and Vala wants to keep that auto-attack damage coming through. And this will be 872 HP left on the Immortal. This will be first Immortal over to the side of Boogans Forever going into the bottom lane. What's up, Hell? How you doing, bud? For those of you wondering, it was a while ago, but I actually just got a DM from Straubs earlier about the the work in progress for the noted GIF emote, and it looks really good. It's looking really good, chat. I'm excited. Big shout out to Straubs. So the Immortal, Belith in the bottom lane. Lucio pushes off, looking to pressure onto the Sergeant Hammer. There was a jump in from Varian, and that is a reset for Li Ming. Non-champion gets an immediate combo out again, but unfortunately will not connect into anyone. The the fort front gate will be going down, as well as the Immortal here. The fort down to about 50%, and I don't think the members of Boogans forever want to sit around any longer here. That's going to be a taunt onto the Sergeant Hammer, but Kyle's got to be careful tanking some of those tower shots that do reduce your base armor down to 20. Or by 20, excuse me. Hammer's still raining out, shelling out a little bit. The poke from the members of Boogans is enough to take down the fort. Actually, might have been Thunder who got the last couple autos on that Lucio. Blaze will check the camp. Maybe grab it on his own? No. Trying to get the Blaze vision really quickly. Uh-oh. Yrel does not see this. Because I'm locked on their vision, I can move the little thingy around because it's in charge, but there you go. Oh, no, they're not going to go for the dive, okay. They're not going to try and take down Yrel. Seems like there's a rotation back to bottom lane by Miller and Thunder. As Death Knight will push up a wave with the help of Joanna and Sergeant Hammer, as well as the Anduin around. Clever Siege was picked up at level 7. We got full siege upgrades, I guess you could say. Oh, my apologies. There was the rotation in the top lane. I was looking at the Hammer talents. The rotation in top is had. The Yrel will fall. Sergeant Hammer, the camp, and the rest are trying to take down a fort here, maybe make a trade happen, but the rotation will be scouted out. Those Spider Mines see the non-champion, as well as Kala coming through as well. Taunt into the Joanna is going to be met with a Jet Propulsion as well, and another kill goes over to the side of Boogans Forever. 10 to 9 in levels, favoring the side of Boogans, and really quickly it's going to be a Varian Shield Wall level 10. As we get into these level 10s at the top of your screen, you'll also take a look at the damage, healing, and experience in map number 1 in our third best of 3 of the day. As a reminder, as always, we always say this, if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to drop a follow, costs you $0, and you have another streamer in your repertoire. We do stream about 6 days a week, and we try to stream for 6 hours. Though Sundays have slightly become shorter stream days because, well, I want to try and relax a little bit, so either way. And of course, as always, if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Subscribing to the channel. If we can get enough subscribers, we can monetize the channel. And liking the videos do help us metrics-wise. I do believe reach a larger audience as YouTube will make more recommendations towards our videos. So, all support is always appreciated, and we'll get into our second Immortal of the game. This is going to be going over to the side of Boogans Forever with a 100% shielding, I do believe. Oh, Balerian, or Belith, excuse you. Yeah, that was actually full shielding. I mean, yeah, it's dropping now, but it was just about full shielding, 16,200 points of health and shielding at that moment. 8k of shield still left, which means Belith, dealing 1,236 damage into structures, will attack from range until that shielding is lost. Once that shielding is lost, the glow around him will drop and he'll move into melee range. I guess they'll move into melee range. Don't really know what an angel is. And the top lane fort is getting low here. Kala looking for a potential charge. There's a taunt onto McNulty, and dear lord, non-champion disintegrates the Yrel. Oh, how much HP is on this? That's so taunt. That's such a taunt in a sense. Like, oh, 191 HP. I'm like 1 Q hit from Vala. Blaze, by the way, has pushed things up in the bottom lane. This is going to be the keep front gate opened up, and 1 tower will go down to the catapult. Blaze still chilling around here. Looks like 30 or 2/3 of this camp was finished out. Top fort does go down finally. The outer layers have been removed of 2+2 as Boogans Forever are looking to maybe jump in and invade this camp, and I do think they have the tools to be able to do so. Looks like they'll just play this. They'll play this respectfully. Or they'll play this safe. Gonna back away, look for the 13 talent tier, and not overextend or be overly aggressive. We didn't talk about the 10 talent tiers on the left-hand side. It is gonna be a Holy Word Salvation for the Anduin, but it's gonna be Napalm Strike on the Sergeant Hammer. And the big one to note is gonna be the. No, come on, Brain, you can do it. Sacred Ground. There we go. Kept wanting to say Sacrificial Soul, and I'm like, that's Diablo. It's not even the right character. Not even the same universe. But it is going to be the Sacred Ground for Yrel. Sanctifies the ground around her, getting 50 armor until she leaves the area. Vala's on 9 stacks. Vala's on 11 stacks. Doubter's feeling pretty good about this. You never know. You could just have an insane fight where Miller just pops off and gets every single Q hit, and we'll get like 4 stacks. 13 talent here, still trying to be achieved by Yrel in the top lane. She's gonna go ahead and pop that heroic right there. I love that with the clown skin. You actually get a clown little icon on the ground right there. And this will be another Immortal going over to the side of Boogans Forever. Boogans looking, they have a promising game here. They should go into top lane as it is the more well-defended lane. We got Belith over there with 50% shielding, and how much damage into structures? It is 1,380, so not that much has been gained. Scaling-wise, non-champion immediately trying to just utilize every ability available to work down this keep front gate before the Immortal arrives. That way it's going to be focusing on to mostly the keep. And it's 13s on both sides. Activated Neo Steel coating for this Sergeant Hammer. Kala jumps in. High fives from Lucio, also pops the shield wall. The Immortal moves into the melee range after one big sweep right there. Auto attacks are chunking into the keep right now. Can the members of Boogans Forever take this keep down? If they were to get 2 kills off this as well, they could look to go core. I mean, Yrel's currently in bottom lane, so they know it's a 4v5, 6v4 realistically with the Immortal, but the keep does go down. Yrel will trade a fort in bottom lane. She used the Sacred Ground there to just tank some shots as well. Is that an active cooldown? It is. It is an active cooldown. It's 40 seconds, and the moment you use it, you start getting a cooldown, so it's going to be up in 10 seconds here. Oh, I actually did not know that. I thought the cooldown would trigger once she leaves the circle. Not the case whatsoever. The fight does break out in the bottom lane. Thundercat's getting a little bit low here. Tries to push off 96 HP, and Thunder will be fine for the time being. Blaze trying to back away. There's the Sacred Ground once again. Reverse amp, little high fives here and there from Thundercats, trying to keep Miller inside the circle. Little push back from the sound wave right there. Blaze stalls things out on the backside of this. Taunt from Varian. Thunder comes in with another high five. Miller a little bit low. Doesn't vault into the sand, and no beach day for Vala for the time being, but it looks like Blaze might be taking a bit of a nap as Yrel gets the huge Avenging Wrath taking down Blaze. That is the first kill, by the way, of 2+2 in this map number 1. Taunt from the Varian. Yrel's the target. Vala vaulting around. 19 stacks on her Qs. By the way, that's for every stack you get 6 extra damage, plus there's the baseline scaling to keep in mind. So if we want to do a little bit of caster math here, let's take a look really quickly for the Vala. She's got 114 extra damage, plus 262 for the initial hit, so the first hit is going to be dealing, what, 376 damage, and then you have the subsequent bounces dealing 150. And of course, that all scales. That baseline, or excuse me, the talent scales per level. And you'll scale up that base, or you'll scale up even more damage with the puncturing arrow. So, we have 16 talents here on the right-hand side. Manticore for the Vala is a big one. You also will see the Mirror Ball from Li Ming. And here we have Varian Thunder on the left-hand side, anchoring for the allies, trying to slow down any sort of race potential, poking at the enemies here and there. Meanwhile, Champion and Miller on the right-hand side start just rocketing through that Immortal health pool. Decimating the health pool of the Immortal, and we get into defensive positions. Varian drops the banner down, gets a little bit of vision. Li Ming, of course, staying inside of that, getting some spell power. It's not... How much spell power is it again? 20%. Thundercats, whoa! From full HP down to 300 and something. What? Death Knight, oh my god! Dear lord, that was so much damage. Lobes gathered. Lucio, does he have heavy casters? No. Joanna looks for a flank here. That's going to be the Sacred Ground activated by McNulty as well. And with that down on the ground, as well as Miller dropping Arena Vengeance, Boogans Forever backs away. They will be able to clear out this camp in the bottom before it gets much, if any, value. And now the Immortal moving in through bottom as well. 2+2 are going to try and chunk through the shielding before they get to the keep. The non-champion and the rest are right behind this. Blaze clears out the camp. Oh, wait, McNulty is going to get a leap of faith from Anduin. Stun from the Immortal. Li Ming gets a huge Arcane Orb, but doesn't get the reset off Tempest or Death Knight. Gotta be careful with these Arcane Orbs, as well as that banner from Varian providing some extra spell power to the Li Ming. But can the members of Boogans Forever take the game right here, right now? The Immortal will take down the keep. Holy Word Salvation activated by the Anduin. No 20 talent tier value from that, but still, good healing, good protection. Bunker summoned by Blaze. And it seems like Boogans, they'll play this strategically safe. They're gonna back away and let the Immortal expire, but it's... Oh, Tempest! Oh, follow with the fadeaway shot! Nice hit from the Hungering Arrow. It takes down the Anduin, and now Boogans are on the warpath towards the enemy core. Shield glares for any sort of dismounts, but Li Ming starts throwing in Arcane Orbs. Varian gets the high five, pops the protection as well. Sacred Ground activated by the Urel. And Anduin's up in 16 seconds. It seems like Boogans Forever will back away. Oh, I'm dropping some frames, chat. Sorry about that. Sorry, someone's being a good bean and DMing me some information. Appreciate it. Oh, I am dropping a whole slew of frames. I have apologized, chat. Sorry, we got some really bad frame drops here. Back to 12,000, 18,000. It's trying to catch up. 21,000. Oh, wait, the big wraparound. Oh, my God. Boogans. Oh, Axon. Oh! Non-champion doesn't get the kill. Death Knight. Oh no. The time stop onto 2, but that doesn't matter. The read! Oh, the read from Isaac with the jet propulsion. Core is exposed. 2 are dead, and I do think this is going to be game number 1 over to the side of... sorry, just adding someone in the Discord really quickly because they sent me a DM. This is going to be map number 1, looking promising to the side of Boogans Forever. Actually, they get through some of the core shielding, but these health bars are dropping low. The bunker is activated by Blaze. No 20 talent here. 9% off the core right now. Vala vaults away. And that's it. Okay, 9% off the core. It's not game over just yet. 20 talent tier. A tiny bit of experience away for the side of Boogans Forever. By the way, if, well, when this game is over, I'd recommend to F5 your stream, because your stream's going to be a few seconds behind because of the frame drops. I'll let you all know when to do that. First half, the Immortal easily goes over the side of Boogans Forever. A lot of well taps to be had, and a camp to be grabbed as well. Okay. 30 stacks for the Vala, by the way. 30 stacks on the Vala. She just needs to hit 10 more Qs onto the enemies. I mean, there's 5 enemy heroes, so just hit everyone twice. Or I guess just dump damage into Sergeant Hammer. Whatever you want to do. It's going to be, I feel like this is going to be a close gamble, but either way, Sacred Ground is activated by Urel. The 20 talent tier is here for the members of Boogans Forever. Big thing to note is going to be that Glory to the Alliance with Varian. There's a leap of faith. Chromage so very low. And they can't get the kill. Oh my god. Oh, they get the kill. Li Ming goes in and Blaze gets the damage over time on the ground kill. Tempest will fall as well. Gotta be careful of that Manticore value. Thundercats with the kill over here. Non-champion will be able to take down the Chromie. It's a lone Sergeant Hammer to defend. There's a camp at core right now. Varian's already like, yo, I want to end this. I don't know why we're getting the objective.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Thank you for casting this. Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for thanking me. Well, this is now going to be the end of map number 1 here. Nicely done from the side of Boogans Forever. Proving to Twitch chat that they don't know anything about Varian. Oh, GG. What do you think 2+2 should have done differently in draft? I think a tank with a little bit more control could have been nice, like Diablo, Muradin, or even a Nubarak. I feel like those could have been really, really good tools to not allow anyone to really step into the Sergeant Hammer. But I mean, it's not as simple as like, draft a Nubarak instead of Joanna and you win the game. I mean, it's definitely, it really comes down to, of course, the execution of the game as well. Blaze did a fantastic job in the solo lane, constantly pressuring Yrel. The Yrel did fine, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the Sacred Ground. I see kind of what they wanted to do with Sacred Ground, but I would have rather seen Ardent Defender, a little bit more sustainability for the Yrel. Yeah, I mean, it's not as easy as just draft X and win game, but I would have liked to see a couple different things. I think there was some decent setup to defend the hammer, but the artillery of Li Ming and Vala was really hard to deal with. Even though there's like, we typically talk about artillery with like Sergeant Hammer and Chromie. Temporal Loop, I mean, that wouldn't have made any difference either because you have the high fives of Lucio, the bunker of Blaze, so... yeah, I think like an Anubarak with Cocoon could have been a good way to, like, you Cocoon the Lucio or something like that, and then maybe you step into Vala Li Ming, but of course you go Cocoon and then Li Ming just disintegrates it, so, I don't know. That's kind of what I would lean into, maybe a little bit of a different tank for a little bit more control. I actually really think the Muradin would have been huge here. I think Muradin with Stormbolt would have been a good way to lock people down to then allow Chromie to, because, like, Muradin could Stormbolt, Anduin chastises, and then Chromie Hammer annihilate. I feel like that could have been a big thing. Yeah, I think like a different tank could have been a good option, but and as I said, like I keep repeating, I don't think you draft Muradin and the game goes over to 2+2 there. Thanks for thanking him for thanking you. Thank you, idioms, for thanking him for thanking me for thanking you. How you doing today, bud? Yeah. Oh, by the way, how many Q stacks for Vala? She had 33, so 39 or less is the payout. 39 or less. Thanks for thanking me. Ah, whatever. Come on, we can just keep this going. We can just keep this going forever. It's the thank that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. All right, map number 2. We have Boogans up. And map number 2. Alterac Pass. Players are on the same sides. We like to see that. Bum, 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 bum. There's a Kael'thas. Are they going to go Convection? I doubt it. It's Division A. They take good talents. Thanksception, yeah. Alright, let's see. It is Regeneration Master. Or, excuse me, it's going to be the, what's it called? The Mana Addict. We'll do Kael'thas stackage. How about that? Let's do some Kael'thas stackage. What do we want to do? How many regeneration globes should we say? How many level 1 stacks for Kael'thas? Let's say 45 and 44. Something like that. Alrighty, chat. Really quickly, before we, I recently had a caster flame me for not picking Convection and Pyroblast. Was it me? Really quickly before we get into our next map, I do want to remind you at home that did you know if you have Amazon Prime, you've got Prime Gaming. Yes, you at home, you've got Prime Gaming. You can get yourself some ad-free viewing, get yourself some amazing emotes. We're about to have a brand new emote soon. We're going to have a noted GIF emote that Straubs is working on, so it's going to be very exciting. But yeah, you get yourself some ad-free viewing, get yourself some amazing emotes. You support our sub goal, you support the good boy that is Bandit, and last but not least, of course, you'll make my day. Don't you want to make my day, chat? Thanks for casting. This gives my hungover ass something to watch. Ah. That's where my hangover went. No, I didn't drink that much yesterday. I did get home from calling bingo, and I was standing in the kitchen washing dishes because I was waiting for the oven to heat up because I made some burritos. Or I had frozen burritos. And I was washing dishes, and I was like, oh, I'm a little drunk. Like, it didn't hit me till I was like back home, like chilling, washing dishes. I was like, oh, I'm a little buzzed right now. No, I was a responsible adult last night. What I did do is I was like, oh, I want my water bottle to be nice and cold, so I put it in the freezer, and then my ADHD ass forgot about it. So this morning, like, I was looking all around the house last night before I went to bed. I was like, where's my water bottle? Couldn't find it. And then this morning I was like in the kitchen making breakfast, and I was like, oh, it hit me like a sack of potatoes. I was like, oh, it's in the freezer, and I pulled, like, the entire thing was just frozen solid. So I'll have very cold water later on today. I'll have very cold water when it unfreezes. All right, everybody, let's get into another map here in our third best of 3 of the day here in Division A. It's Oops All Division A Day. You're a little more drunk at Oktoberfest. Oh. Well, I hope you had fun, bud. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Alterac Pass on the left-hand side. We got the members of 2+2. We got a Tempest Lucio, Accent on the Greymane, Death Knight to play Kael'thas, Crow Mage will be on the Diablo, and McNulty on this Dahaka. Over on the right-hand side, it's Boogans Forever looking for a 2-0 in this series. Possibly, plausibly, maybe through Alterac Pass. Non-champion on the Tychus. Isaac will play the Blaze Miller on the Sylvanas. Kala to play the Anubarak. And last but not least, you got Thunder Cats. Ho on the Anduin. All right, let's get a little gamble going here. How many level 1 stacks for Kael'thas? How many level 1 stacks will Kael'thas have by the end of the game? Will it be 45 or more, 44 or less? This is Mana Addict. There is a 20 marker, but that's just because when you get to the 20 mark, you are able to have the activatable. But this is an uncapped quest. You can pick up many, 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 many regeneration globes. So my gamble prediction is up and available for all of you as to how many Kael'thas will pick up throughout this Alterac Pass map. Bingo was a blast last night. Bingo was a good time. Love, I don't know, it's fun to go out and do stuff like that. And I enjoy calling bingo, so. Oh, I'm talking about bingo, and meanwhile in top lane, Greymane will fall. Tychus getting the first blood for the members of Boogans Forever. 69 on 45 or more, 1,000 on 44 or less. All right. Well, we got odds at least, if you'd like to put some channel points on the line, chat. Spread that bandit buck economy. As a reminder, next week we have a lot of variety next week. We're going to be doing Heroes on Tuesday like we normally do. Wednesday we'll do a little bit of StarCraft 2, and then we're going to be playing Resident Evil 5 with Trixler. We'll be doing co-op with him. I can't wait to spam the, come on! Chris, come on! Chris! Trixler doesn't know what he's in for. Thursday of next week is, what is Thursday of next week? Oh, Thursday I think is just more NGS casting. Friday is going to be Lords of the Fallen. Saturday is our Baja Ross. And Sunday the 15th, we'll be playing House of Ass with Day. So if you never saw House of Ash is the name of it's a dark anthology game. But Day and I are going to be doing a playthrough of House of Ash because we don't really remember that one too well. And the one that's based off of H.H. Holmes wasn't as exciting as I had thought. So that's the game plan for next week. I'll have a Discord schedule up and available tomorrow in, guess what? In Discord. Sinking City soon? Yeah, we'll probably play some more Sinking City this week as well. My apologies. Greymane and Dahaka find a Blaze in the bottom lane. Yeah, I do want to play a little bit more of the Sinking City. That has been kind of interesting. Maybe on Thursday, maybe we'll do some casting on Thursday, and then we'll do some Sinking City afterwards. That sounds like a good plan. Well, maybe we'll cast like 2-3 NGS games, then we'll do a couple hours of Sinking City. All right, well, we have a 50-50 bet just about. At least it shows on my end that way. First objective phase is up and available. We'll see the siege camp, the null pack is going to be grabbed by both sides. The true objective of the map, this null pack. Man, I'm excited. We have some really fun streams coming up. I appreciate you all being here. Sorry, I was just double checking on my calendar that I was reading the right days of stream schedule. Oh man, by the way, the Lords of the Fallen is going to be sponsored content. That's what I'm super excited about. We get to play a new game as sponsored content. Oh, I'm so excited. Depending on how the sponsored content goes, I might have to stream it on Saturday or Friday and Saturday. I know it's woe is me. I have to stream a Suffering game 2 days in a row. Is it a remake or a remaster? I don't so I know that Lords of the Fallen released like back in what 2014 or something like that. I have no idea if this is a completely new thing or if they've taken stuff from the other game and revamped it. I honestly I don't really know much about it. All I know is it's going to be Suffering and it's going to be fun. Gotta figure out what kind of build we're going to go for. I don't think we'll do Unga Bunga. I don't think we're going to do a strength build. Well, we'll see what they have up option-wise. As I said, I haven't really read much into the game because I wanted to stay kind of in the dark about it, so I don't know. I don't really know. By the way, what I do know is that there is a Dahaka with a paralyzing enzymes. This is, it's a really, really cool talent, the way that it scales. Because the baseline drag actually does a lot of damage. It already does 219 damage currently, and you're adding in 383 damage as well. And keep in mind, this Gambit, it scales as Dahaka does as well. So that 383, like when you get to like level 16, you're dealing nearly 1,000 damage or something like that. If you have all your Gambit stacks and you land a drag, you're dealing nearly 1,000 damage. It's like 800 or 1,000, somewhere between 800 and 1,000 damage, I do believe. It's insane. It's bonkers good damage. You always comment on this talent. Not a lot of people take it. I love this talent. But of course, I mean, there's so many good level 7s already. But either way, that's going to be a drag on to the Blaze, and he does go down. Kala getting a little bit low here. The Living Bomb does not get a kill. Gilnean splashed through the gates, and it just pokes at the enemy as the Fallen Shaman, the Null Pack will be cleared out from the side of 2+2. As we cycle through the numbers on the bottom of your screen, the damage healing experience, we will see the 10 talent tiers pop up, or the 10 talents pop up at the top of your screen in just a moment. More channel on the objective phase from the side of 2+2. And it seems... Oh, no, they're going to be going for it. Okay, I thought they were going to give this away on the side of Boogans forever, but no. Non-champion steps in, gets a cancel on this timer. 13 seconds left of channel time necessary for the side of 2+2. For Boogans forever, they need 15 seconds. It's the best level set. The best? Bold statement. Jet Propulsion gets the splash. A very, well, I was going to say a very low Blaze will get hit with an isolation as well. Will be able to tap well, and no pick on to the Blaze right now. Diablo clearing out the Jailers. They won't respawn until you get some channel time, so clearing them out is not too bad. Anduin's holding level 10. It's going to be a Light Bomb, Cocoon from the Anub'arak, Wailing Arrow Sylvanas, Bunker Blaze, and a Commandeer Odin for the Tychus. On the opposing side, we already saw the isolation. Apocalypse from Diablo, Pyroblast Kael'thas, Go for the Throat, Greymane, and High Five Lucio. Miller looking for the channel, gets it in time. You can say it's Miller time. Oh, it's just horrible. Apocalypse activated by Diablo, Pyroblast into Sylvanas as well. She's just about full HP, doesn't even get inside the bunker in time. Manages to do so now. And Dahaka, he's going to try and find a kill as Miller pops out of the bunker, throws out the Wailing Arrow, high five onto the Diablo. And the Haunting Wave allows Sylvanas to get out of here. Huge impale from Kala, but the drag onto Blaze. The Light Bomb is going to be overpowered. Miller considering trying to poke it this here and there. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. They get the kill into Greymane. And this is objective phase coming through in favor of the side of Boogans Forever. Chromage getting a little bit low. The high five from Lucio allows them to back away. And Death Knight tries to get some sort of counter kill onto the Sylvanas. The members of Boogans spreading that living bomb around like it's their job. Miller with not a whole lot of mana will jump in. And Kala in the flank position, same sort of dealio. Not a whole lot of mana on this Anubrak. Man, they love spreading that living bomb. So mid lane fort will go down. Dahaka will clear out the vast majority of bottom lane. We do have a rotation down over here as well. Oh no, the burrow doesn't land, and the objective in bottom will be cleared out. Blaze in the top lane is pushing onto the fort. Jet Propulsion's away, and this wave will not confirm the fort. I think they have enough clear onto the camp, or the objective. Oh, Mouse doing a little funky thing right there. Isolation doesn't connect onto the enemy. The drag, I think, was onto a minion. The high five from Lucio. And Dahaka burrows, utilizing the level 4 Lurker Strain to bop back the enemy. And one fort will fall. Top lane fort very low. It's actually on fire. I wonder if the devs ever experimented with something like like in StarCraft 2, like a structure can get out, like the Terran structures can catch fire and then they slowly lose health over time. I wonder if that was ever something they messed with. I know, it seems like a weird concept, but you never know. You never know. I mean, hell, you should have. Do you guys remember the original iterations of Ragnaros where he could become the core and move the core across the map? A lot of weird things they've tried, so. I mean, hell, we used to have ammo in this game. There used to be a talent to actively remove ammo. 10 internet points to anyone who can name the talent without Googling it. What's up, Ninja? Good to see you. We think the living bomb is Stukov heals. Oh, thank you, non-champion, for the clarification. Sabotage! I mean, it'd be cooler if sent workers to repair forts, keeps in forts slowly. That's just Mule. Back in my day, Malfurion had Mule. And scouting drone. Oh yeah, like make it, yeah, for sure. Like not, sorry, I wasn't very clear. Yeah, only make it for the StarCraft map. So like Braxis and Warhead Junction. Like you could do it for that. That'd be kind of cool. I can't name the talent, but the ammo move was on Zagara. Yes, it was. I remember in RTS where buildings would catch fire and lose HP when their HP got low. I can't remember which it was. StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2, the thing we were casting on yesterday. The Terran units do that. And you know why we know this? Because it was Oops All Terran yesterday. And there was a lot of Reapers yesterday. Man, those guys are sick. Back in my day, we all had Gladiator's medallion. It was fun. You might be alone on that thought. No, it was StarCraft 1. No one remembers Demolitionist? No one remembers Demolitionist? Blaze tries to ignite the oil slick in time, but can't get the delay onto the objective timer, and this is going to be 30 seconds remaining on this objective as doesn't look like, okay, no, some flame strikes go out as well. They are able to delay out the jailers. Some Ghanaian splashes, living bomb value, fire stomps as well. Down to about 20 seconds. Nicely done in our second objective. Chromage is going to be pulled back by the grenade of non-champion. The Apocalypse is activated, but Diablo Souls will be consumed. Jet Propulsion from Blaze will be met with a high five to counteract that, but this is going to be Dahaka taking a whole lot of damage. No, the level 7. Oh, the Gambit stack has gone down. Ay caramba. 432 damage. We have to check it here because it doesn't actually update on the tooltip. Still though, 432 damage plus 228. You're still dealing a lot of damage with a drag. Channel over to the side of Boogans forever as 2+2 tries to get some counter channel, sure. Alright, well. Channel being delayed here and there by Tempest and friends. Pyroblast thrown onto non-champion here. Bomb, 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 bomb. 75 spell armor onto the Tychus. That's a leap of faith from Anduin to save the Sylvanas. They go for the throat and the Tychus overkill. They managed to get a kill into the Diablo. Greymane, you can't go for the throat with 70-something HP, and Lucio will fall. Axon will back away. Oil Slick to slow down Death Knight, but there's no chase onto the Kael'thas. By the way, 25 stacks for the regeneration globes on said Kael'thas. Only 20 to go. Only 20 to go as another objective phase will go over to the side of Boogans forever here. Alright, second objective in the game. Second in a row for the side of Boogans forever as they take down the bottom lane fort. All outer layers have been removed. As it's Lucio to respawn. Dahaka soaks up a bit of the top lane. 16 towns here on both sides. Greymane does go into Executioner level 16. Attacking enemy heroes that are slowed, rooted, or stunned increase the basic attack damage by 30% for 3 seconds. Dahaka Tunneling Claws. You've got the Ignite for Kael'thas. Apocalypse activated by the Diablo, and that mostly zones back the enemy. They immediately start getting just... Oh no, the Cocoon! I think Diablo's still dead out of this. Yeah. Isolation will go onto the Sylvanas. Dahaka burrows away. The bottom lane is going to take a whole lot of damage. Nubrak goes in for a burrow onto Death Knight. I think that was the activated Arcane Barrier. Did that get activated? I feel like it did. 40 second? 45 seconds. So yeah, it was close. It was probably the tail end of the shielding. Bottom lane keep goes down. That's the first one to fall. So 20 armor off of Vandar Stormpike. He's killable, but it's a little difficult with still 2 keeps up. Top lane is going to be down to about 60% HP. The bottom lane objective is still pushing in onto Vandar Stormpike. Leap of Faith. Here comes the Pyroblast. W's gonna be popped. They give some spell armor onto Kyle. The Leap of Faith. Oh no, it's a Chymo Cleanse. Blaze goes south on the map. Gonna try and break away and get away from Tempest and crew. It does look like actually there's a turn from non-champion. Look, gonna pressure onto... No, Blaze, you don't make it out of this. Nice wiggle away from the isolation. Jet propulsion onto 2. Greymane goes in, tries to get some razor swipes. The overpower, the smoosh into the wall, and that's a dead Terran. The best kind of Terran is a dead one. Bottom lane fort will go down. First structure to fall in favor of the side of 2+2, and they're gonna look for a boss in the bottom lane as well. Alright, Siege Camp, null pack for the mid lane. Dahaka will clear things out here. Well, they are going to sneak down into this bottom, though. Sorry, I thought for some reason Twitch was going to try and run ads, and I was like, don't you dare. Is it a double boss play? They are rotating quickly to the top. I would assume it's clear mid, go boss.
We're gonna have another prison camp to knock down.
No, they're going to go straight to boss. Diablo is scouted. Greymane is scouted for a moment. Dahaka's shown going kind of up. But at this time, with the respawn onto Blaze, the boss and bottom, I don't think they can try and stop this. Actually, yeah, they even show there's the Greymane rotating right into the boss from the wave. So Nubrak says, you know what? They're on top lane boss. Let's go ahead and try and get another camp for the mid lane. Because this null pack does reduce armor, and there's a decent wave here. Dahaka's going to clear out this, but can he save the mid lane keep? Reaver minion does tank a lot of damage. It does have 50 armor. Archers are getting great value, and the mid lane keep will fall. Boss was grabbed, though, in top lane during all of that. But it is another keep to fall, and this is a win condition set up by the side of Boogans forever. Half a level to go for both sides to level 20. The objective phase, third one of the game, as it's 50 seconds of channel time necessary. Blaze tries to clear out a few of these jailers. Lucio will get hit with a cocoon. 70-second cooldown on that, if I'm not mistaken. And Sylvanas and the rest will clear out the boss. They're going to try and get this 20 talent tier off the wave as well. Meanwhile, Dahaka soaking up mid. No invade into the camp on the right-hand side just yet, but they might consider this. Camp. So minion wave and camp and boss, all that, will give 20s over to the side of Boogans. But of course, the members of 2+2 pick up their own 20s. Big red button, fortified bunker. We actually have the upgrade on Wailing Arrow, the deafening blast. Rewind for the Anubarak and Anduin with the Censure. Here comes the Burrow in from Anubarak. Apocalypse popped by the Diablo. He is a Lord of Terror level 20 for some lifesteal. That's an isolation from Dahaka. He's actually Apex Predator for the cooldown reduction on his brush stock. The living bomb on Kala. Is it enough to get the kill? No, they don't get the kill onto Anubarak. He throws down an Impale. And Isaac almost falls as well. Both tap well. Big red button, Commandeer Odin is going to zone back the enemy. 19 seconds of channel time left for 2+2 here on map number 2. And our third best of 3, the drag from Dahaka connects onto a jailer here. The light bomb, there's a whole lot just thrown out in this corridor. Isaac will go down. A very low Anubarak will be cooked up by... Actually, it's going to be Greyman who's slicing dices on that one. Non-champion gets dragged. And this is objective phase over to the side of 2+2. Nicely done. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, no! It's all fine, actually.
As if the Horde could ever stop us! Mount up!
You're calling GG's. Okay. But the game's not over yet. So that means I get a sub from you, right? Chat was wrong. Time to make a Reddit post. So the Apex Predator was the pickup at level 20 for the Dahaka, so they can meander around the map quite quickly. It's 50 seconds off the 75-second cooldown. So every 25 seconds, basically, Dahaka can brush talk around. Very, very good talent. Top lane, looking at a keep right now. Blaze about to respawn. Tychus up in a few seconds. And Anubarak back in this as well. You did just sub? Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I was joking around, but thank you very much. I appreciate that, bud. Commandeer Odin is summoned to zone back the enemy. A little chastise from the Anduin to try and lock them back as the top lane keep cannot be saved. Mid lane, we do have Dahaka pushing things up. The Commandeer Odin is still splashing onto the minion wave as well as the camp. The bottom lane wave is already cleared out. And this is okay. 2 keeps to 1 keep. Favoring the side of Boogans forever. 7-7 in kills, 21 apiece in levels. A little bit more experience as we actually get level 22 in a moment. So at this point, it's just a lot of scaling value. 37 regeneration globes on the Kael'thas. The Lever's got to be praying for 8 more globes at least. I'll guarantee one off of this camp right here. Finished lurking, watched the vodcast. Wow. Not only were you late, but you're not even watching the stream live. Bam, damn. How you doing today, Ektar? Good to see you, bud. No, you're good, you're good. I just wanted to give you a hard time. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you got some good sleep last night. Diablo's broken out of the cocoon right now. The next objective phase is going to be on the bottom side of the map. We haven't had the announcement of that just yet. Lucio trying to chase down Miller. The boss in bottom lane is up. The boss in top lane is up in 30 seconds. That'll be up at 22 minutes in-game time. A little bit before that, but we're going to round on these numbers. Oh, Chad, is it a throw pit? Are they going to consider going for bottom lane defense against the boss? Lucio using Boombox in one of my favorite ways as a kind of a ward. So we know that they're on their way. Okay, so it looks like there's Blaze. Yeah, Isaac shows as he steps into the bush, but they gotta go. They gotta go now. Oh, Blaze gets onto the point, but unfortunately he's gonna be bopped back by the Lucio. The Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. The bunker from Blaze is already activated. The Pyroblast from Kael'thas is gonna be thrown out. Kala very low. Greyman goes for the throat and finds the kill into the Anubarak, trying to chase down non-champion right now. Temp is so very low, has to back away for a moment. Looks for the high fives onto the allies. Axon with 20-something HP. Non-champion wants the kill, but just can't close the distance. distance, doesn't want to step too far out. That's going to be a drag from Dahaka. A leap of faith met by Anduin. And meanwhile in mid lane, there's a huge Reaver Null Pack minion wave crashing onto Vandar Stormpike. And you really got to be careful of these things because the Reaver minions, they have 50 armor. And they can tank a whole lot of damage. I mean, look at Vandar Stormpike's health pool just diminishing right there. But that's not going to be the end of the game just yet, as boss and bottom lane will be handled, and Dahaka pushes up a couple waves on top. He is going to show clearing out the sidewall. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the wrong. There you go, McNulty was, and that is going to be Dahaka shown kind of meandering towards the boss. Will they consider defending? Anubrek's dead for 10. Nah, looks like they're just going to go ahead and clear out some waves and wait for that boss to crash in. I had stream open and the VOD going. I know the snark I'd get if I didn't. Oh, look at that. Reading our mind here. If you are wondering really quickly for the Dahaka, what kind of damage he's dealing, you've got 592 damage. So let's round up and say 600 damage plus about 400. So nearly 1,000 damage, and that's with one stack gone. If the stack wasn't gone, it'd be 691 damage rather than the 592. Nearly 1,000 damage with a drag. Nubrek tries his best to delay things out when it comes to the objective area, but this boss is wailing its way into top with a lot of HP. Dahaka brush stalks back down to bottom, and it looks like 2+2 will get the channel on this objective over here. Boss in top lane will be cleared out. Drekthar is going to take some damage, but of course we all know the mechanic of this map. And Drekthar, once he's unthreatened, or he's no longer threatened, will return to the center and regain HP. Okay, Diablo in the bush. Tempest keeping the wall ride active because of the Accelerando! Drag into the Anubarak! Followed up by a Shadow Charge of Diablo. Commandeer Odin, Big Red Button will be summoned. Nubarak grabs a quick regeneration globe for the allies, and they stall out the objective with 13 seconds to go, 12 seconds to go. Meanwhile, in mid lane, a huge wave has arrived, and Thundercats will try and clear out a bit of this. We all know Anduin has the best healer, or has the best wave clear. Look at that, he's so good, he drops a nuclear bomb. Lays to grab a camp on the right, that's already been done on the left-hand side. Level 24 almost here. A little bit better scaling for the side of 2+2 with that level 24. But no extra talents to be achieved. We've got everything up and available at the bottom of your screen. And it seems like tension is mounting here around the 4th objective phase, I believe, of the game. Nubarak goes right back into the enemy, pops the rewind. Oh, that was a little aggressive. The Dahaka is going to pop some essence. He burrows in. The tunneling claws for the speed, as well as he's got that lurker strain. Greymane goes in for the throat, finds the kill, backs away out of the light bomb from Anduin. Pyroblast tracks onto Tychus. 3 are dead. Death Knight was like, I want to get the objective, and their team's like, let's end the game. 3 dead for 40 seconds on average, and this is going to be Dahaka already going in. Looks for the drag, lands it onto a minion. High fives from Lucio, but it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, map number 2 is going to be going over to the side of 2+2. I don't see a world where a Blaze and an Anduin can defend against all this. And that is Drekthar to fall. The members of 2+2 will take map number 2. GG, well played. Ugh. How many regeneration globes for the Kael'thas? 45 or more. 45 or more, as they had 47. Good night, Baha. Good night. Forget what. Have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time, my dude. Stay safe out there. These Division A games last year. This was the longest map we had today. I think all other games were sub 20 minutes. I think this is the longest game we had.